Okay, we start now. So today we will introduce about the LandStar function in project part. And as you can see here, this is the main interface of the LandStar software about the project menu. And we have the project buttons, coordinate system, points, lines, arcs, surfaces, roads, image, codes, and so on. So we divide into three parts to introduce all these buttons. The first one is the manage project data. The second one is point, line, and surface. The third one is the other convenient functions. And we move to the first part, manage project data. In this part, we will introduce project management modes and their functionality and the differences between project parameters and their configurations, and the best practice for data classification and management based on project needs. And the first one is to new a project. And to new a project, the first thing is to give it a name. And we can enter name into the project name here. And if we want to export the report with the server name or operating name, so we can set it here in the operate functions. And the third one, and also the most important one, is the reference project switch. So if we turn off it, it means we will set the coordinate system and the code library manually. In the next part, we will introduce how to set it manually. And if we turn on it, we can choose from the project source list and choose one previous project and use their coordinate system, cost library, project settings, and even control points, entity points, or state points to apply all of them to the new project. And this is when we turn on the reference project. Okay, so and in the next part is how to start the coordinate system. If we set the coordinate system manually, so we will also give it a name, and then we need to set the parameters of each part of the coordinate system, like the ellipsoid, projection, datum transformation, like horizontal adjustment, vertical adjustment. And also we can set the coordinate system from the predefined coordinate system. So we can click from the library and choose the predefined. And we can choose the correct one to choose the suitable one by selecting the region and area. So this is about the coordinate system. And if we set the coordinate system manually, the most important two parts is the vertical adjustment and the datum transformation. And in these two parts, we need to, for example, in the datum transformation, we need to choose which transformation type we want to use, like 7 parameters or 10 parameters, or we use a datum grid. If we are using the datum grid, so the GRD, STG, PXY, and you can see here, this format we can supporting the LandStar software. I think the mostly used the format we can support in our software. And in the vertical adjustment, it's very similar. So we need to import a geode file. We can support this formats, and we can also get the geode file from the localization package. So we just click this button, we choose our countries, our regions, so we can get the correct localization package, and it will include the geode file installed. And we can also do some more settings about the coordinate system. Then we just click this button, and we can share the parameter by creating the QR code, and the other one can scan the QR code to obtain the parameters. And also we can use a broadcast RDCM. So this function is provided by the cost provider. So some cost provider will broadcast the message from 1021 to 1027. This message is mainly contains the coordinate system parameters. So if our cost provider send this message, we don't need to set the coordinate system by ourselves. So we can just choose this one to receive the message from the cost provider, and then we can get the correct coordinate system. And also there's the lock function. So the lock function is to lock the parameters so we can prevent the others from saying or modifying the parameters we cite in the project. And also we can do the load and export function. So we can export the Tremble DC file to, we can support this format. Okay. So then we move to the second part. The second part is about the point, line, arcs, and the surface. So this part is mainly about applications of points, lines, and surface in your projects, and how we to create more accurate geographic models using them, and also the practical benefits of them in survey and design. So we move to the first part of this first one, the points of this part. So when we click the point button and you can see two different types of point. The first one is the points, the second one is the points to be stick out. And in the points, we can see different types of points. It will have different icons, like the control points, and the control point, the import point, the total station survey and total station setup point, and also the visual survey point and the GNSS survey point. So different points will have different icons. It will be very easier for us to distinguish of all these types of points. And when we click more, and we can do some modification to the points, like we can change the coordinate type from the global coordinate system to the local coordinate system. And also we can do like multi-select, and the residual bin is to restore the deleted points or completely delete them. And the custom display is to change the style of the display. And the next floor is for the edit of elevation, codes, antenna heights of the points. And also, if we use like using the auto start base station, we usually need to do the GNSS base shift before we doing the surveying. But if we forgot to do this, we can use this function, like use the shift GNSS base when after the surveying. We can modify the coordinates. And also we have the function like height, the GNSS or total station points, and we can sort the first to the top. And we can also do like the reset a state, and also the data statistics, like view the different types of points, including total points, GNSS base points, survey points, control points, and end points. And for the point to be staked out, you can see this black flag. It means the points need to be staked out. And we click to switch between the 5 types of display of the coordinate type and the multi-select, the same thing, the sort, the switch list style, and also the reset stakeout state. It means to reset the stakeout count to 0, so we can reduce the stakeout from the number 0 from the first point. And also we can do the import and export of the points we want to do the stakeouts. Okay, besides points, the next part is about lines and arcs. And this is 6 types of lines and arcs we can support. We can support to import to our software. And the line, polyline, arc, circle, argument, select from the map. So if we choose the select from map, we can select the point, select the lines from this CAD file. So when we select it, the line will turn to right. Okay, so this is the line edit interface. So you can see the top two buttons. The first one is to check the graph. The second one is to inverse the direction. And here we can give it a name, and we can set the start station, and we can choose the point from these three more methods. The first one is to select a point from a CAD file, and the second one is to get a point from the point survey, and the last one is to select points from the points list. And also, the up down buttons is to select the node to move it up or down. So this interface is to modify to edit the lines and arcs. And then we move to the surface, and we can support to import these four formats of the services: the KAIS triangulation file, HC triangulation file, 3D DXF, and line XML file. And we can also to create a new surface to create a new one, and we can give the name, and we can select a point to create a surface, and we can also select style of the surface. We can set it the wireframe or shade, and we can also set the color by layer color, use a defined color or the elevation. And here is the preview interface. So in this interface, we can do like change the surface type from the 2D, 3D, and online map. And the second one is to make it the full map. And this one is the filled triangle. And we can add triangle, delete triangle, and preview triangle. And we can also draw a break line, and we can change the style, and we can make the point name whether it's visibility or not. And also we can export the surface to like SGW DXI format and DAT and line XML. So this format we can support surface. And the next part is about the roads. So you can see at the bottom of this interface, we have four buttons. The first one is import, new file, open file, and new roads. So the import function means we can support importing the line XML file and the DXI file. And the new file is to new a road. And the open file is to open already in the controller file. It's the CHC format. It's pointing to the RODX file. And also we can click new road. So we can a road file can create multi-road, supports elements, PI, and coordinates, straight lines, and circular curves. And then if we do the edit of the roads, so we can see all the contents of the roads, like the station incursions, horizontal element, vertical element, and so on. So we can do very detailed edit of the road. Okay, so the last part is about the other convenient functions. It's like the images and code for improve the efficiency, the layer management, and data organization for smoother the workflows. And the first time is the image. So in this pattern, when we click into the image, we will see all the image tasks we have do uh, in the project. So you can see the difference. The red line means unmailable, and when we click it, it will do the local processing. And when they finish it, it will turn to green, and it realizes the mailable. And when it's green, when we click in, so we can get the coordinate from the picture. So we can select the different points from different images of, sorry, we can select the same point in different images. And then we can get the coordinate information at the bottom of this interface. And then we can save it to our points management, and we can and the RD quality it will show the quality of the point. And if we choose the same point in more image will make the quality much better. So this is about images. And then it's the codes information, and it's about codes button. So in this button, in this function, we need to firstly to create a group. And in this group, the first line is about the group settings. So we can choose from different groups, and we can delete the group and add the group. And in the group and the group, you can create the code. So we can right slide to delete or edit the code, and we can create a new to create a new point or line code. And also in the more settings, um, we support import from the code library to load from file to save the code library. And also we can use the cloud service to share the code by Android system functions or sharing code. And the next one is about the layers. So we have work layers, map files, and online map with 3 types. And you can see just choose the white one, it means turn off, and the blue one means we choose the layer and we use it, which means turn on. We can also build a layer, and also we can delete the multiple layers by selecting the multi-select in the advanced settings. So we can import more than one CAD file, so we can use different layers. And also we can open the DXI file, DWG file, SH file, and so on. So users can change the format into points. And the next function is about the import. So for example, if we want to import some points to be stakeout, or we want to import some control points, so we can use this function. And we divided this into 2 main parts. The first one is the text file. The second one is the other formats. So in text file, we can select the points type, which includes the enter points, control points, or points to be staked out. And the common one is the format. So here is it's the default format. And we support like TXT, CSV, or XLSX, these files. And also and you can see here is name, code, and elevation. So if we don't want to order like this, so we can add our own format to gather user-defined format. So for example, we can make the code in the first one and name second, so we can do the user-defined format. And also if the import file has a header, so have a header line, so we need to turn on this. Okay. And for the other formats, we can support to import like in this format, like DXI.HP, and also we can load from an existing project. So this is all about the import function. Okay, so the next one is about the export function. It's also the same if we divide into text file or the formats. And here we click detail, it will show the format details. And this format is just similar like the import function. So we can choose in the default format or add a custom size format. And we can also do the filter when we do the export. Like we just want to export the survey point, so we just need to click on this. But if we want to export like survey point, control points, and points base points, we want to export them all. So here we can do the filter with the points type, and also we can filter by the time. So for example, if we want to export the data the points we measure today, so we just click today, or 1 week, or all the points. So here we can do the filter by time. And also we can filter by the keyword. So for example, if we are doing some measuring like the trees, so we will measure, for example, we will name it like tree 1, tree 2, tree 3, and so on. So when we just want to export the points and the name tree, so we can here by filter with the keywords here in the name, we just put it and like the tree, so we are and export all the points and the tree name. And also we can export GS info. The GSS info includes like um, the default age, like the DOP value, the dot value, something like that. So if we turn on this function, each point will contain the GSS info of itself. And the other formats we can export here, you can see in the right list. We can support many different formats. And also we can also do the filter by the type, by the time, and in the advanced settings, we can choose whether to export code sample to export sample on separate layers or export sample and points on separate layers. And also we can choose whether to have the labels of the point name or elevation. Okay, so that's all for the introduction of the LandStar software. It's mainly about the project menu. So do you get any questions? Please just feel free to let us know.